welcome. This is our podcast, obviously. Beykaaru Vaahaka. It's very nice to have you both here. Um, right now, we are in the water villa, the Odi water villa, and this is the first time you guys have seen it. What are your thoughts? What are we feeling? Just right off the bat.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like it. I feel like anything that's over the water, looking at this like perfect crystal turquoise water, I mean, it's a win automatically.
Yes, 100%. And what about you?
Oh,
You were
I mean-
excited when you came in.
I was so excited. I never thought they were this big, and then plus to have an additional room for kids or like for other people here. The pool is like massive.
Yeah.
It's really cool, and the view is just unmatched.
Yeah.
Plus, it's just like the coolest one is the last one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And then you have that like little circle out there. I see so many
Yeah.
people hanging out there.
Yep.
It's like a really, especially at sunset, it
Yeah.
becomes like a,
Yeah,
maybe like a couple spot over there.
yeah.
Anyway, so maybe just a little bit of an introduction about the both of you. I will say very little, and then you guys can say a lot more. I would probably start with the fact that you are a calligraphy artist. Do you think that's a fair thing to say?
Yeah.
Would you say that that's how maybe you identify as a creative person?
I always identify as a light and calligraphy artist.
Yeah.
So I love like merging both.
Okay. And you have a lot of contemporary influence as well.
Yeah.
You like to do some experimenting with your
Yeah.
form while you blend traditional methods and like respect and honor that craft as well as bring in something
Yeah.
completely new, right? And Jaime, you are the person who likes to play with color.
Yes.
So many colors.
If I had to define myself, I would say I'm more of a fun and funky artist. So I'm not limited to any surface or any medium. I would say mostly murals
Yeah.
are.
Well, we had this newly installed peacock cage, and you were just walking by, and you were like, "Oh, I see a white prank wall. There needs
Yes.
to be some color on this. There needs to be this, right?"
Yeah.
And I think that makes the both of you a very perfect fit as guests or as creatives to come here, because this is a very funky, colorful kind of space, right? What are some of the things that you've been getting up to recently since you've been here? And we've been here for now a month
and a half.
something.
Month and a half.
A month and a half, and you guys are leaving soon.
Yeah, more than 3 weeks actually.
Yeah, almost 2 months here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I think I'll let Jamie.
I have had my hands in several projects. I've been very busy since we've been here. Busy but equally relaxed, so it's a really nice balance. Also the colors
Yeah.
and the atmosphere of this whole entire island is very inspiring, especially in my palette that I work with. So my favorite color is like teals, turquoise,
Yeah.
so to see the ocean like this color every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been very inspiring. And I also love bright, like bubblegum pink. So the contradiction of the warm and the cool colors,
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of. And so basically, since we've been here, I am touching up a mural that I started last year.
Yeah.
I did the mural on the peacock cage, as you mentioned. I painted the mirror, the one that people take selfies in.
Yeah, the one right in front of Rabba, the big one.
Yes. There's a ring installation of lots of different colored rings,
Yeah.
39 of them.
Yeah.
And I've done a pink buggy
Yeah.
that is full of tropical plants and all kinds of hidden gems. And the palm tree.
Yeah.
There's a big
Yeah.
palm tree installation.
Circles.
Yeah, the rings.
Rings.
Yeah. So the palm tree installation is my last
Yeah.
thing that I'm working on. I feel like there's one other thing that I'm missing. Let it be a surprise for
Let it be
everybody.
a surprise. You just walk out one day and we see something crazy.
Yes. And plus teaching the free flow
Yeah,
sessions
definitely.
and
Mother's Day talk.
the
Mother.
wildly successful Mother's Day talk. Yes,
Yes.
it was a
Amazing.
crowd
That's
pleaser.
It's such a cool thing though.
Yeah,
Like,
bro, it's so cool. It's so cool. Like I love like how we can get involved in so many aspects.
Yeah.
You know, when you get the feel of you're part of the village, but also you feel like a guest, and it's like a very very kind of like a funny and delicate place to be in, because you know we can get the feel of like being a guest, but at the same time we're like
Part of the team.
we're part of the team, and we want to emphasize that word art in the name of this place. You know, we want to just like highlight it and show it, and then it's not only, sometimes not only with what we do, sometimes it's in conversations that we have with the guests.
100%. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I've been equally busy.
Yeah.
Like Jaime, you know, I watched Jaime paint the buggy. I watched Jaime do the rings. I watched her paint the Beykaaru mural. Every day I pass by, I watch her plan everything.
He's
and
very busy.
Just
Very-
sipping coffee right next to her.
very,
and she's
we
planning.
give her the moral support
No, but
that
like,
she needs.
Yeah, seriously, like you have already done so much here as well. You can't, like, we can't really downplay that, right?
No,
And
I
Jaime's
mean,
like,
For example, what?
for example,
Well,
for example,
yeah.
my presence in the island is
yeah,
is
your aura.
you know.
He's just here for the energy and the vibes.
No, that's you
I'm
know.
teasing.
You know, I, one of the things that I strongly believe in, I think we had this conversation a few days ago, is like my art is not like mass produced. And it's not something that I can just like, oh, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that. Sometimes it's very natural.
Yeah.
It flows naturally. Like I see something, I want to work on it, and then boom, it's right there. And sometimes I'm like literally like sitting and then absorbing, and I'm thinking about long term. I love to plan long term things. I love to work on projects. I love to, you know, amplify the impact of whatever I'm working on.
Yeah.
You know, and then being with Jaime, I'm literally enjoying her company because she's the creative one on a daily basis,
Yeah.
and I'm the one who's just like being there, sitting and absorbing. You know.
Yeah.
I will say
Yeah.
he's being very modest. He's done those beautiful chiffon
Yes.
Arabic banners that you're seeing all over the island, and even in the art studio. He's been doing calligraphy workshops, also light portraits, and kind of like letting some of the guests take a turn at trying light painting.
Yeah.
And also a really amazing installation is about to be
It's-
set up
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
tease him, but he's
Yeah.
actually been quite busy.
No, I mean, it's not a competition, and
Yeah.
it's not. You know what I love about being here is like, it's an open invitation to
Yeah.
come and then absorb the, you know, the place,
Yeah.
you know, and live, you know, this lifestyle and whatever art, you know. Yes, sometimes you're like you feel like you have deliverables, but what I like about this is like you never set like a certain like.
Quota.
Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. It's not about that. It's
I'm going to
about
add to that too. It feels like we're part of a collective, like art project that's just ever changing and always ongoing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that he and I both really like to do. You know, he's more long term.
Yeah.
I'm more like, oh look, a pink buggy. Let me paint that. You know, and so he's a lot more, I would say, really like deep and thoughtful about both his process and the meaning of his message. Where mine, I don't want to say my art is surface level, but I'm definitely more like fun and funky and like confetti and sprinkles and all this thing. But that's why our work contrasts, because he has this love of poetry and Arabic and the way that it's so eloquent and also like minimalist.
Yeah.
And then I come in like a firecracker, like completely opposite, but yet we manage to make things work when we collaborate, which is really an interesting part of, you know, when we both set to do something, because it's like me forcing my colors into his work and then him reluctantly being like, okay, actually that looks really cool, you know, so
Yeah.
it works.
I remember, I think it was like maybe the first couple of days of you guys being here when we went and we looked at the chiffon
Yes.
stuff, and I think you were saying like, you know, all the calligraphy work is yours, and then Jaime picked a lot of the colors, right?
Yeah.
And I think to have both of you on the island, doing so much work, connecting with people, making there is something very special about having that chiffon installation up as one of the first things that we did.
Yes.
Because that's a combination of the
Yes.
of the inspiration and the
It's our banner.
yeah.
It's our banner. Like you, as if we we come into this place that we're familiar with because it's not our first time here, and then the fact that we went through the process of preparing that, in Dubai, and that chiffon, the artwork that is printed over there is actually the colors that Jaime approved in a way and I worked with her, and then kind of like we designed that for a project that's supposed to happen in Milwaukee. But the inspiration was over there, so I added to it some elements in a way, and then we kind of like printed it, and then we came and like, boom, we're here. Yeah. So it's like it was just a sign, as if it's like a sign that we're here on the island, and then I wanted us to look at it and like, okay, truly like to see that, flow in the wind every day. It's just like I think it's a cool view on the island.
Yeah, and the way that it physically moves, it feels like it's breathing. Yeah. So in a way, it's like we are coming here and we're bringing like a new life, a new energy, kind of like vibe to the place when we're here. And part of the reason why I love that project, because in his work, when he asks me about colors, he really trusts my input and he takes it seriously and says, okay, I wouldn't have thought to do this, but it works and I like it. And at the same time, on the reverse, I'll ask his opinion because he has many more years of experience than I do. So I'll ask it, listen, I was thinking about doing this, but I don't know, do you think it's gonna work? And then he'll give me suggestions based on his
no, literally no.
Yeah, based on his experience. So I trust his, wisdom in a sense, especially when it comes to installations, because I've kind of been shifting a little bit from like murals to installations, and that's why I like being here, because you basically turn me loose on an island and say, here, paint stuff. Okay, So I was actually doing the palm tree installation that I was talking about. I was going to have it like panels of wood, and then he was like, hey, why are you doing that? Yeah. Why don't we use an actual palm tree trunk? Yeah. And I was like, excuse me? That's an amazing idea. Yeah. So he took a trip to Danfushi Island, and I was like, I don't want one that's living. Make sure that it's fallen, because I don't want to take anything.
That's a deliverable. Yeah, that took a day out of my time to go and look for a tree trunk, and then check in with Mamdouh. Please, Mamdouh, can the guys pick it up?
He was chasing chickens over there.
It was an insane, headache to carry that from Danfushi to bring it here.
And then he had no part of that carrying and the headache.
I was carrying it, on my
mentally.
mind.
The mental load.
stuff. Yeah.
And I did also want to highlight a little bit something special about the chiffon banners, right? This idea of you saying how it moves in the wind and how it feels like it's breathing and all this new energy. Also, it's so resilient, right? And I feel like that is very much the case of so many people who work here. And the whole energy of this island is, we face difficulties every day, right? But like the chiffon, right? Like we are so
go with the flow.
Yeah, and we just try, and then we come up with things. And if one thing doesn't work, we don't stop there. We kind of move with the wind, find the next thing, and the next thing. And so to have that on this island, actually, I think it connects with the whole idea of the island a whole lot more than maybe I personally.
Literally last night, I looked at one of them and it was literally soaked, and it was just like all crumbled, and it was all
like twisted.
And then you come the next day and you look at it and it's like fresh and flowing in the wind, And then the thing that you talked about, we literally feel what you guys go through, the same way we feel, what a lot of guests tell us, because we have the ability to connect with a lot of guests. We truly like connected like on like a deep level with a lot of people that we keep in touch with. And I think being on both sides and feeling what you guys, we have a lot of appreciation. And we talk about that a lot. We have a lot of appreciation, and I feel like the art that we do, it serves many purposes, and one of them is just like what you just said. You look at it and then you kind of like you see yourself into a piece of art.
Which I'm gonna elaborate on that a little bit. The mural that I did the first time I was here, I didn't do it for everyone on the island to enjoy. I mean, if everyone enjoys it, I'm happy about that. We love that. But at the same time, I had the intention of making a mural for the people that work here, because so often in other resorts and other places, you know, it's very much this division between the guests and the staff, and I personally don't like that at all, because we're guests in the resort, yes, but we're guests in your land. And so for you to be denied access to the things that I have the privilege of accessing, I don't agree with that at all. And I don't like, sometimes you see a place where, you know, it's a very, very deep line in the sand, like, okay, anyone that's an employee, you can't go in the pool, you can't be seen here, you can't be seen here, stay, you know, away. We don't like that. And that's why we love this place, because just the respect for the staff and the way, I mean, think about it. You have a professional, basically, volleyball court, a karaoke room, a pool table, chess, a recording studio, a dance studio, an art studio, an in-ground pool, all these things.
And a small kitchen in front of the pool.
And a kitchen to kind of
Oh, that's so cool.
have, you know, all these things where other resorts are not prioritizing the employees. But that's why the difference here is that everyone is genuinely happy because they feel like they're, you know, loved and respected. And the purpose of that mural for me was, you know, I want you all to enjoy this art. Like this isn't, it's not a piece of artwork that's hanging in a private villa or something like that. It's a piece of artwork for the like it's dedicated to the staff, because
And we all walk that road at least 3-4 times a day.
Yeah.
and I love that. And that was the purpose. And I hid little like bits of Maldivian culture in there with like the coconuts and even the, remind me again, I don't know the name of it, the pattern, like the black and white. Yes, it's like the Maldivian version of Tetris, kind of. And, you know, so I pulled things from the culture and I named the mural Sunshine Hearts, because I feel like Maldivian people really have hearts of sunshine, like just genuine and smiley and happy and welcoming and open and warm and loving and all these wonderful things that I think a lot of people, when they stay in other places, they don't get to see that side of the people. Where the guests that we've interacted with have all said, we love everybody that works here. Everybody's so cool, they're so chill, they're like friendly, you know, they're all walking around barefoot and they have cool uniforms and all these things that make this place so much different and so much more special than any other place that we've ever stayed in. And that's why, you know, I even talked to a woman today, this is like her second or third time here. You know, so for a lot of people, it's almost impossible of a dream to come to the Maldives, depending on, you know, where they're from. But to return a second time, a third time, when there's a million options and they keep choosing this one, that says something about, you know, the people.
About, for sure.
And the whole like theme of this place, you know, just chill and fun and.
I think, and this is something I've talked about before on this podcast as well, with people like Gustavo, where he also expressed this idea of this place feeling a little bit like a refuge for artists in the world, right? Like you come here and you have this sense of comfort. You also have this multiple spaces to be inspired from, right? And then you just have space. You just have all the space in the world to create. And then we have people here, like me or anybody else on the team, who are always willing to try and bring that particular vision to life. It's not like we're saying, oh, Karim, like one of your deliverables is to do this, and so we want you to do exactly this and this and this.
Yeah.
Instead of that, I feel like the conversation is more like, hey, we want something in this kind of a feel. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Whether it's the coconut palm tree or the light installation or performance or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, like you decide.
Yes.
Because
True.
because we understand that as creatives know how to bring out the thing that everybody expects to feel.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that the both of you do that extremely well.
And honestly, it's nice to be able to have that trust from the team that says, you know what, do your thing.
Yeah.
We trust that you're going to do something amazing, and we're going to let you do it, and let us know if you need anything. We're here to help.
Yeah.
And that in itself is so refreshing, because we're not doing revisions. We're not doing multiple versions. We're not correcting this little certain detail. Like, everything is just like, here, just do it. And for them to even say to me, like, we don't need to see a mock-up, just go ahead. What? Okay. You know, so that so that's really nice to have that artistic freedom to be able to just take different inspiration from things that maybe you have become used to, being both on this island and also Maldivian. So, you know, I see like the crystal turquoise ocean and I'm just going crazy every day.
Especially now with the storm.
Yeah, the storm, the rain, the sunshine, the everything that's happening, like I pull inspiration that maybe you've kind of become blind to because you're so used to seeing it every day. Yeah. So it's nice to come in and be like, yeah, but look at these flowers. But like, have you seen these flowers? You know, where maybe you're like, oh yeah, we walk past this every day, you know, or the little lizard thing that has the super long tail when he just across the thing, and I'm like, you know. And I think sometimes by being around these things so often and just nonstop, really, you kind of lose sight of the really cool things that are on this island, both naturally and unnaturally. So it's nice.
I think that's the thing with working with artists, right? And we try also to work not only with in-house artists or resident artists, which you both are right now, you have been. It's also the musician that comes to play, right? Yeah. Or the multi-talented person that comes to play and then paint or whatever it is, right? Whether we're bringing somebody in for a consultancy about doing a project somewhere. Whatever it is, I feel like people come to this island and they do exactly what you just said. They notice the things that we've maybe kind of left alone, right? And then, and that's a cool thing about art for me is like in any kind of creative expression, the space that you're in matters so much because that's primarily what you're drawing from, right? And I feel like spaces like this really help to unlock that.
Yeah.
I learned many new things here as well.
And also worth noting is, are you done?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to cut you off if you're not finished. I think one of the things that we both have been really impressed by multiple times since we've been here is how wildly talented Maldivians are. And I think the world does not pay enough attention because everybody's so focused on, the beach, the white sand, the blue waters, the palm trees. We get it.
Yeah.
Gorgeous atmosphere.
Right.
Aside from that, the singing, the dancing, the arts, everyone that we have come across that is like bringing their passion and their talents, are just so many times we're blown away. And I feel like the world is really sleeping on the talents that are here.
I mean, I think it's something that Olga excels in, and which is to highlight and to kind of like to uncover these gems, because I think in other resorts it's all about the hospitality and you know the level of like luxury or whatever, while here we're providing a genuine experience about, you know, the Maldivian life and genuine experience. I always call it a little village, because you get that feel, you know, when you see the chicken roaming around and you see, you know, and then you give the space for the locals to excel and to show their talents. You're not here to just to give me a service, and then you just like you went by your day like unnoticed. No, you are providing entertainment that will allow you to express your talent in like a musical way. You know, Rai and Amni and, you know, Nafa and Aliku and then all the team. Like, I'm not gonna name everyone, but truly, you know, talented people that have the chance to kind of like perfect their skills, to practice every day, to work together, to collaborate, and then you see yourself evolve artistically while delivering, you know, beautiful, you know, art pieces, you know. So
definitely. And I think like it's that thing about what's the word I'm looking for? But it's genuinely that thing of not only connection with you as an artist and the audience, right? Whether it's a live art that you do or a light performance that you do, or like us performing anything, right? It's also the connection that now everybody in-house, we all have with you. And I feel like this is something that maybe even we don't actively sit down and talk about
Yeah.
because it's felt every day, right? But I really do feel because sometimes, and it's not even necessarily only about like connecting by way of sitting down and talking about a creative project, right? Oh, like Karim, what do you think of this and this and this? Jaime, what do you think of this? Like more than that, I feel like just you guys being around, like we have connected with the both of you as human beings.
Bro, I
like,
feel
on
you.
that level.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Every time one of you guys leave for a few days,
Yeah.
we feel the spot. I was like,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah.
Ali Cole left and he left like a empty place, you
Yeah.
know. Ami went for vacation for a
She
a
was
week or like 10 days or whatever, and then literally.
We're like so excited for her to come
so
back.
I
Like, she's
feel-
coming
I-
today. She's coming back
So
today.
I feel that because we are literally like we are genuine, you know. We don't pretend. We don't, you know. We're all about, you know, the simple, basic human connections,
Yeah.
you know, with no filters.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's who we are, and then I think that attracts a lot of genuine people around us,
Yeah. Definitely.
you know.
Plus,
Yeah.
we're full-time clowns, so
I'm
that,
full-time
that,
clowns.
that helps.
So
It helps.
I even bring, you know, the grandma vibes. You know, you need medical advice, I'll give you some herbs, I'll give you some, you know.
Yeah.
I care about, you know, other people's health. I'm here to help.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Plus, we're always like playing pranks on everybody around
Yeah.
here, and
Yeah.
we mess with all the employees,
Yeah.
especially if they don't speak English, because then it creates more of a challenge because now we have to joke around without using words,
Yeah.
and he'll just he'll mess with me. He's telling the guys up top, "Hey, brother, give me a coconut, and they,
Oh yeah,
you know.
yeah. I see the guys, you know, taking care of the coconuts, and I'm running right there, just, you know, convincing them to give me coconuts.
Yeah, and then even like they're driving the buggy at night,
Mm.
they always turn the lights off out of respect, and
Yeah.
then we shine our flashlights in their face, being like, "We see you, we
And
see
bro,
you."
This entire place
Yeah.
is a work of love
Mm-hmm.
and hard work and resilience. For those who don't know the story of this, and then the, you know, founder of this island, and, you know, all the sweat and hard work, and then, you know, the obstacles that he had to overcome to do this as a resort that doesn't belong to a big corporation,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So when you see that, you know, and when you see that everyone that came here is like, oh, I used to work here, I used to work as like a private butler in like a big resort and this and that, but when they come here, they feel something different,
Yeah.
and that's why we love this place.
Yeah.
That's why we're genuine about this place. That's why we come, and then we kind of like, we notice you guys. We, you know, we pray together. We play volleyball together. I'm really glad, you know, you embraced me, and then you made me like part of the tournament. The kids.
Sorry for losing the call.
I mean, brother, I'm telling you, it's
I
we
don't know.
lost.
That's
We
not
lost.
redeemable.
We lost
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of this guy. He
Yeah,
needs
I
to
take
practice.
the blame. I take
He's
the
spending
blame.
all his time practicing guitar and, you know, keyboard,
Well,
piano,
I'm
or what is it called?
Sorry that I spent
Keyboard.
most of my life becoming a musician and not a volleyball
That's
player.
it. He has a musician hand,
Trust
not
me,
a
he's equally as sorry.
not a volleyball. Every time the ball hits his hand, you know,
Yeah.
it's
It
just
hurts. But okay, if we're talking about volleyball, I know we're getting off track as we do. I feel it's also important to mention the kids, because having the kids on the island with you guys here, and Rai mentioned to me that last time when you guys came, it was just the both of you, right?
Yep.
And then to now come with your whole family, like how does that feel to be here, doing a lot of creative work, and also having to, you know, step into that parenting role right in the middle of conversations and kind of, you know, switching on and off. And I think that's something that I've never seen in my life, like, you know, in this kind of a situation. So how do we?
It's always, I mean, parenthood in general is a balance, but I feel like in the same way that you all have brought us in and allowed us to blossom and kind of learn and grow, we're doing the same thing with the kids. So they have fully fallen in love with Maldivian culture. They're there for the parade for Eid Day, and, you know, getting involved with the Maldivian style of dancing, the food, the music. They're singing the welcome dance. They know word for word. They're singing it even without the music track. Like they're really kind of taking on just everything. And then at the same time, they're learning from so many different people. You know, Atu, fountain of knowledge, teaching them about marine life, and Nahil, teaching them snorkeling techniques and diving and all these different things. So I feel like, you know, we definitely can't forget Shazu and Hala, who have spent so much time with them and getting their artistic abilities out and letting them do projects and hanging out. There's so many things that they're learning, and I think one of the things that I loved was Shazu told me, she's like, you know, I'm teaching Asya a lot of things, but at the same time, she's teaching me artistic techniques that I've never seen before. So it's like this shared, once again, the human connection and this kind of like shared exchange that
it just proves also that, you know, the Maldives have been like known to be like also a family destination, you know, as many times I transit through the airport, and then mainly like 90% of the people I see are families, you know, and that's important to know that with the kids being here, you know, they're busy during the day, you know, at the kids club, they're exploring. We have all these like, you know, several animals, you know, the wildlife here is interesting, you know, snorkeling, and we see like this, you know, this entire world underwater, and you know, them slowly getting comfortable in the water, getting, you know, rid of the life jacket, you know, starting to dive, you know, learning how to hold their breath, learning about, I mean, it's the school of life, you know. I feel like it's they are thriving, and this truly is a sign that if any family wants to come here with the kids, it's one of the best places. Like truly one of the best places. Because you're not only in a resort where you are served and no. The kids here will be.
they can breathe.
You know, they can breathe. Like they can breathe, and they love it. They love it. Like truly, they're happy. You know, they've been like they awarded like the best supporters of the tournament.
They even got them a medal.
Supporters of the tournament.
And then they were wearing the medal around for a few
Yes.
days.
Yes.
And they're so involved. This is the thing that like really kind of struck at me was like, for example, I know for a fact that they are getting some real life lessons over here. You know, with you guys also not only being here like as guests, but doing the work and like being on this side of the operation. I feel like the kids have gotten a really cool chance, because I know like one day I was sitting at water sports, and Asi and Kasim, both of them just come in and they're like looking for, you know, the goggles to wash or the things to hang up. And then I just asked Nat, and I was like, hey, what's the deal? You know, why do they show up here every day at like 5:30 or whatever?
Child labor.
Yeah. Well, Nahil.
Sweatshops.
Yes, absolutely. Nahil is going to get cancelled for that. But you know, I feel like Nahil told me, we make a deal. You know, we make a deal with them where if one of them really wants to do the jet ski, well, they gotta clean.
We love it. We love it. We encourage it. That makes them stronger, you know, humans. Yes, that makes them responsible humans. We encourage it, and we love it, and we love the involvement. And then, like you say, it takes a village. Like truly, like, even you guys are aware of like our parenting, you know, techniques, and then you just like align with it. And we love to have kids that are responsible. Okay, you have tasks. You do this. You do that. And then I was really surprised sometimes to hear some of the stuff that they've been doing. Yeah, so cool.
I mean, well, you know, like for me, what I noticed immediately was the one thing I like just clicked in my brain was, okay, these kids are allowed to roam around the island. They can go anywhere they want.
They're like the chickens.
Yeah. But you know, it was very evident that, you know, they always had something they were meant to be doing.
Oh yeah.
So
Nah.
the thing, I just asked them whenever I see one of them kind of, you know, like running around, like, hey, what are you supposed to be doing right now?
Yeah, what's your schedule, brother?
You know, I should be at kids club. No, you know, like it's happened so many times, and like honestly, I love that you guys have been referring to this entire resort in the community here as a village, because one of the ideals of this place is organic community growth, right? So we don't just want to build the next set of rooms or build this thing or build that thing. We also want to build people,
Yeah.
and we want to build this sense of community here. That this is a group that's been through, like for example, Rai and Nafa, right? Both of them have been here since pre-opening, which means they saw Kakada when it was bare bones.
Yeah.
They saw Raba without the counter, without the balance, without the big stage, and so they have been growing along with this community, and we've had people who've come and gone, we've had new people, and people come and go, but they're able to see something that the new person doesn't, right? Because they've seen it all the way through. And I think that's very special. And I feel like getting to interact with your kids actually really highlights this sense of community, because and I know for a fact that anytime they're out and about, anybody who walks by them, have a little look, like, are they being safe?
Yeah,
Is
and that's
somebody
the thing.
up to
We
us?
give them freedom because we know that they know their boundaries.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, we're not just
And
like,
they're very
figure it out, guys.
well-behaved.
They know they're not allowed to go in water or in any pool without permission. They know that they need to ask for permission for anything. They know, for example, they cannot be roaming in the restaurant and doing stuff or whatever. They know that they cannot be there's certain hours of the day that's it. Like they're done with dinner, time for them to go to sleep, get some rest.
No protest.
No
argument from them. They know.
So we establish all of that, and we saw them blend within the island and become like as part of the scene in a way, and I think
we're thankful to all the employees too that have really like formed this bond with them, and so many of them are like, oh, we're gonna be so sad when they leave,
Yeah.
But I can tell you like
One of
how many people that they have like a handshake with,
Yeah.
and they can tell me, Asia, she's like, okay, she's married to him, he's married to her, that's her brother. Everybody knows that, and I'm like, how do you? The whole roster, she knows everybody's
And
name.
they know everybody by name or by the nicknames that they have given to these.
Yeah.
And,
It's
that's
like
also-
she goes like, Ripe is the brother of
Supe.
and then I'm like, what? What?
It's like, how do you know this? And she's like, oh, Hala told me. I'm like, oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're curious, but once again, one of the many reasons that made us kind of like connect with this place.
Yeah. That's really wonderful to hear. We are running a little short on time. I think we're past the 30-minute mark. So just in a way to wrap up this conversation, I feel like we've talked about a fair amount of things. Maybe necessarily we didn't get to go too deep into one conversation, but it's important to say that you've already been here once, you left, and then you couldn't stay away, so you came back again.
Yep.
And so I think this is going to be a recurring thing of like, I think there is a lot more work to be done. I think there's a lot more conversations to be had, and I'm very hopeful that you guys will come back and we get to sit maybe somewhere else, somewhere else next time, and just have a conversation about anything, because it's always a fun one.
You guys welcomed us. You welcomed my family, myself. You appreciated our art. You trusted, our judgment artistically, and you enjoyed our company. And I think, me personally, I feel like I love always to give back, and when I give back, I love to give back, on a bigger scale. I have a vision, so Jaime and I talked about it, and then the vision is that to build and to amplify the cultural impact of this place, the artistic outreach of this place. We wanna be like key factors in that, just being, a tangible thing that we feel. So based on that, I think we will probably be back. We'll probably build, and we'll see. What things are hiding for us. We still have a week here, which is like Anyway, it's like a.
Well,
It's
we don't
always.
talk about how long.
Yeah, bro.
Well,
Like
let's
it's just.
think about that, yeah.
So yeah.
And I think it would be a fair thing to say that everyone here has benefited greatly from the both of you just being on the island, because it's the conversation, it's the jokes, it's the, you know, like I know for a fact I've walked in just tired a couple of mornings because, you know, we've been up planning something or doing decorations or whatever it is, and then, like, you know, you guys come in full energy. It's like, hey, what's happening? You know, and then that, like, weirdly, like 5 minutes later, I don't know, then I'm like laughing
Yeah,
with the
we don't
both of
have
you.
low energy. We're
Yeah,
like, hey,
you
Nuff,
know,
yalla, let's go,
it's-
let's go.
And it feels nice, and like you guys bring that like familial element to us because, you know, obviously we live here, but, you know, we're not
Yeah,
in
bro.
our
Like,
homes
bro,
here,
we
you know, so.
we just we see you, we notice you, and then we just like want to give you that smile that help you like keep going. You know, we don't know what everyone is going through.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure that there's a lot of like hardships, and there's a lot of deadlines, and there's a lot of pressure sometimes, or you know, on so many levels. But we just like want to add that smile, that conversation, you know, to talk to everyone. I literally talk to everyone. I say salam alaikum to every single person
Yes.
with a smile
Same.
because I see you.
Yeah.
And you know, and then many times I have the chance to sit with some of, you know, the beautiful brothers that are on the island, and then I love to share with them, you know, some words from the heart. Like, I see you, I appreciate you. You know, you are doing great. You're doing amazing because you know, we can see what you guys are working on and what you guys are doing. So that is, you know, a feeling that is shared by both parties.
Yeah.
You
And
know.
it's like we recognize the value in people. When sometimes, especially, and I mean this, you know, sometimes in other places, they go unnoticed, unappreciated, no acknowledgement. And, you know, even today, there was someone on a ladder, and he was trimming things on this overhang, you know, and Karim just was messing with him on the ladder, and he took a little flower, and he was like, brother. And he just handed him the flower, and the guy was like, what? And he takes the flower, and he was just like, oh. Yeah, it's like, yeah, guy, we see you, you know?
Yeah, and it's those like incremental moments, like
Yeah.
it's those tiny little things that it just, you know, it adds and builds up, and then it just results with the
Yeah.
vibe just being good.
One time also, me, Asi and Qasim, we stopped Eeman.
Yeah.
Eeman, the volleyball player.
Emmy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Emmy.
Emmy?
They call him Emmy, yeah.
Yeah, of course they will.
Literally, we stopped him at night and was like, give me a wallet. So the guy, well, like, he felt he was hijacked.
And he's on a
And he
tricycle,
was-
like the big
And
trike
he
bike.
was like, I literally have nothing. I was like, okay, you're good.
And then, like sometimes if we see them like on the bikes, we'll form like a human chain so they can't get past. And we're like, hey, where are you going? What are you doing?
You
And
know,
that's the
you
thing
go in
with us.
between cleaning rooms
Yeah.
or doing something, and you get that exchange, and we know the value of that.
Yeah.
You know, we have been through. So when you're ready to wrap, I literally have something to tell you that literally tells of why we are here.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and to me, it's not about deliverables, or it's not about me and my family coming to stay here and enjoy this paradise. I feel like the deliverables are a lifetime of struggle for both of us, and perseverance, you know, to be the artists who we are.
Yeah.
And then we grab the bags that have the sum of all that effort and that perseverance, and then we brought it with us here, and then we just opened it
Yeah.
for everyone to come, like, to benefit from. It can be a piece of art, it can be a smile, it can be a performance, it can be conversation with guests.
Yeah.
The guests were, Jaime was painting the other day, the buggy, and one of the guys, man, that guy was amazing. He just arrived, and then on his way out of Rabat, he was like, oh, this is cool. Turned out to be American, his wife American, honeymoon, this and that. We told them since the first morning, you guys made the right decision. This is going to be a memorable trip. And fast forward a week later, they're literally crying when they're leaving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out Brendan and Nicole.
Shout out
Yeah.
Brendan and Nicole.
Brandon and Nicole.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
love Brandon and
So,
Nicole. Yeah.
so all of that you know, the interaction we have with the guests, it's because you having us as humans, as artists, as, you know, people who made it in the art world, in a way, and you just, you can see our benefit. Like the Prophet, peace be upon him, he says, the example of a believer is like the rain. Anywhere you go, you make it greener. You know, you make it greener with a smile, you make it greener with, you know, messing around, you make it greener with, you know, I don't know, just giving a gift or like painting something.
And I think that's why we enjoy being here, because we love to shake things up. But on the flip side, we like to smooth things out too. So it's like we're constantly either, you know, messing with everybody, or we're, hey, you know, it's cool, like we'll figure it out, we got it, we can handle it, you know. So it's that mix, and also the blend of, you know, interacting with you as like part of the team, but then also interacting with the guests, because they don't know if we're guests or what we're doing here, and so that those connections, and even we just mentioned Nicole. She left me a voice message yesterday, and she's like, "We're back in New York. It's terrible. We miss Olga already." And you know, and she's like, we met some lifelong friends, and truly, they're just incredible people, and there's just connections
important.
that you make.
That's important. What's most corporations or companies spend their money on? Advertising. Why? Because you want to reach out and then create that image and that reputation. You know, we truly, because genuinely we are helping with the best we can in a very natural way. It's not forced or it's not planned. It's a very natural way. We are helping like forge a beautiful image of this place.
And
you know,
of Maldivians,
yes,
and their
yes,
talents and the culture and everything
of this
that you
place
bring.
and the vision that this place is, the Olga is just like trying to, you know, project to the world. So we're like interacting with people coming from different cultural backgrounds. You know, North Africa, North America. You know, Native American, Native, I don't know what. We are natives also to the north of Africa. So long history, small history. You know, my grandma's house is older than her country, but it's okay. You know, we're not gonna debate that. We're not. You know, we have thousands of years, maybe 400 years. You know, we doing good, they're doing bad.
And Jaime was like, oh,
Okay, we heard
So
it.
coming from different backgrounds, speaking languages, Arabic, English, French, you know, so we meet all these people, and then when we meet all these people, okay, we're the artists here, you know, but okay, don't know about that, don't know. So you guys bringing us here to do art and this and that, but you don't know that the biggest impact is that exchange that we're having with people.
And I feel like both of us were taking the spotlight and we're shining it on the Maldives. We get it. The country is blessed with beautiful beaches. Okay, but beyond that, we're asking the guests, hey, stop. The beach is there, we know. Look a little deeper and see what this country and its people has to offer, because it's way more than just a beautiful photo. You know? And some of the people have really given us feedback saying, like, this place is different. You know, we're learning so many things about the culture that other places don't even mention. You know, and I think that's what makes you so strong here, because you're having artists that are up on stage singing in Devehi. You know, and the guests are like, whoa, I don't understand a word what they're saying, but it's beautiful. And it's like, you're not going to get this in some of these commercialized resorts, and that's just another element of why it's so special here.
Very special, very very cool place. Like truly, very very cool place. Genuine, and I'm, you know, I'm gonna be very sad to leave, but you know, I think probably we will stretch, you know, the collaboration, you know, on the longer term, hopefully.
Listen, if you see some paratroopers just down to the island, know that it's us. And we got a bag full of paintbrushes with us and some light skills, and we'll come back. And I think that is a wrap. Or not.
No, we're not. No, we're not. It's not a wrap. It's not a wrap.
Not wrapping.
I see potential, huge potential. I've been through similar things where, you know, I try to kind of like install a certain like, you know, first steps of a culture in my hometown. You know, I worked against, you know, very, very hard conditions to kind of like, you know, use art, you know, as like a social medium to kind of like bring change, to empower, to amplify. And I went through an entire process of like learning myself. But when I came here, I literally saw potential. I saw, you know, the opportunity to kind of like to build a trampoline for the locals to jump higher to the next phase, you know, and then that's one of the things that we both want to work on, you know, because you know it would have been easy to come and say like, oh, I'm here in the Maldives, I was hired, I created this, I painted that, and then you kind of like be the only one that benefits from that. That's not us. Actually, it's not us.
Which is why the both of you are so valuable to us here.
I think we love everyone. We love the culture. We give advices. We kind of like to make things look good for everyone. If we see something, we take it to heart as if we're the owners of the place.
I mean, you guys transformed the art studio in the first week. It feels great.
Because that's the part of it. Like you need to remember the rain, that makes things greener. If your impact is not felt, you don't have an impact.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? You can talk about your impact, but if it's not felt around you, felt means like Jaime has her stuff like in front of the studio, she's painting and the colors are there. The impact is felt. You see that there's something that is being built. She's erecting a whole tree that is white,
big tree trunk,
and the other like
shout
out Nuff. You know, we see him this morning. He's like painting, and the other like you know, coconut trees are looking at this white tree, and they're like, this tree is not like us.
The tree is like,
white.
See what happens? The white girl comes in, she's colonizing the tree trunks.
And they're like converting the trees. Man, it's
I mean, even that, right? Like even that installation is such a simple yet like effective take on an installation. Because this entire island is filled with palm trees. Every resort in the Maldives has palm trees, right? But
not like this one.
And you're like, okay, you know what? This palm tree is gonna have fluorescent colors.
Yeah.
This palm tree is gonna have like black and white lines and this and that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, this is the thing that we take for granted, right? Because we see the palm tree every single day.
Yeah. But you have never seen a palm tree that is fluorescent.
And
or like that has like cool colors.
Yeah, never. And it's that like very simple flip thing.
Spark.
Right?
Yeah. It's the spark.
And this is the thing that like you guys bring to this island.
Yeah.
Just taking these little things and like whether it's connections with people or like actual.
I literally enjoyed the process of going and looking for that tree trunk. I enjoyed it. I took the boat to the other island, and I was taking the videos. And I was walking with Mamdouh, Sharon Mamdouh, bro, like the amazing guy, the legend of the islands. He's a mystery of the islands.
You don't know.
You know, he's in the lighthouse across. He's in the lighthouse across from here, managing the marine traffic.
Wearing his dark sunglasses, so nobody knows.
Yes, we love Mamdouh. Yeah. So I went through the process of looking for that tree trunk. It was such a beautiful process, and then to see it like gradually coming to life into that piece of art that is there. That is everything is upcycled.
Yeah.
We didn't buy anything for that.
Yeah.
Literally, we didn't buy anything. Yeah. So we're looking for items to kind of like to recycle them and to use them again. Emphasizing more on like being on a like a resourceful and then not wasteful. And because we know resources in the Maldives are very scarce. Yeah. They're scarce. Everything has to be brought from us. Yeah. So. Can we talk about how you guys are growing food? And how we see like in the gardens in the back, I see all the gardening work that have been happening. Yeah. And we enjoy and then we watch everything. I'm literally, every time I leave the mosque, I look at the plants and I can see their daily growth. Yeah. That's like how deep we are connected to this place.
I will shout out somebody else right now. Ted, behind the cameras. because
Shout out
he's
Ted.
a man
Shout out Ted.
Shout out Ted.
who has a very deep connection with plants, and this is something that you guys should definitely have a conversation
With what?
With
Plants.
plants. Right, like so he
The
has
plants,
yeah.
not plots. I thought it was plots. I thought he was a plotter.
Water, yeah. No, like he has a little garden in front of his room.
Really?
You know?
Your own garden?
So
We love it. We love it.